to be the first to make it through here might find themselves the first winners on the world run. 1 minute left.
You gotta be thinking, are they saying Raven's Revenge? Wait, they just got the 28th coin. They might be through Thread the Needle. Next up would be, I believe, bump jumps.
Did get through. We saw the end results up there. Made it through the door.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, nice catching yourself. All right, you got to clear the trail.
That boost pad on the side. It's just disappointment and frustration in his face. Ooh. If he wants to secure this, he needs to try to get one more coin in the next 30 seconds because I think Turtle is going to be able to catch up. Here's the jump.
Right. This is the first time we're going to see this. 25 seconds. Okay. So this is where you risk it all, man. This is it, the leap of faith. Watch these precision jumps. We've got 18 seconds left on them. So these are these Neo jumps, right? You jump out and around, keeping that momentum.
10 seconds left here. 1 coin remaining for the Raven's Revenge to find. He just got to get around that corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to climb these staircases just now. No, he's given up. He says no. Everybody else is left in the dust. Raven's Revenge take the first world run with 29 coins. Not quite finishing the map, but I believe next time they might.
Man, these legendary birds of the sky, they made it all the way up there, man. They were on the leap of faith, that last little section there. They had 29 coins, and if they had made it up, especially if they made it say we know we have to do, don't forget, make this precision jump here, do these little things to try and get through, and that could prove to be a very good advantage for them.
Yeah, and they don't have the Silver Llama yet. They don't have anything in terms of Llama, so this is important. Any of those teams that don't have a Llama right now, they need to earn it if they want to be in contention towards those golden games. Of course, every match matters, Zeke. They are earning prizes every single match.
And that's got to feel good, right, to have a stellar game here to get some of that prize pool for yourself and your team. That's huge, right? Like, so much respect to these. Also, Turtle, what the heck?
Yeah.
What is this kid on?
Yeah. Ridiculous. He was one of the first to achieve every single obstacle every single time. Finally, he got stuck on that one at the end. I don't know what you were calling it. It was a nice twist of the tongue, but just amazing there from Turtle to be the first every single time and then getting overtaken at the end. But, you know, next time, he knows it now. He's probably going to be the fastest to get ahead of everybody because he knows it all now. And you saw how mechanically good he was once he figured out the obstacle. So I think all signs are pointing towards another Turtle performance like that.
I mean, like you said, he's downloaded it all, right? He's got it up here, and now just put it down on paper. I mean, again, though, Raven's Revenge have got a little bit of that advantage, right? They've seen the other plays. I think the big thing, though, is trying to get more of your teammates through to the challenges, right? Like, it's very difficult to try and get all 4, you know, in one fell swoop. Yep. Raven pun. But if you can make it even just that second person, like the moment you start to miss a jump, you're like, all right, I'm going to be eliminated, just go forward. And maybe that person sees where you went wrong and is like, okay, I can make the jump, and then they go forward, right? And then you're just kind of constantly walking through, getting more coins, and getting where you need to be.
Yeah, and there was also an aspect of covering for others as they made it through, especially as that castle point happened. We saw Lachlan and Hand of Blood, the 2 team captains, all the way back in the back, but their teams were still up there because they were covering for them, they were getting those coins to make the effort to get all the way.
So here we have it, Lachlan. I know, I've heard from the grapevine, these guys and yourself actually qualified for the creative finals through a death run. And boy, oh boy, I just got to know what happened here. How did this translate? This is a death run. What happened, Lachlan?
Look, the qualifying map was a bit of a puzzle death run, so, you know, they had time to work with it. It was our first attempt running through, so it was a bit rough. I don't know if you guys caught me sitting on like an impulse level for like 10 minutes, but that was fun. So we're not going to do that this time. Clytak's over here. He's our designated carry, so hopefully he can carry us harder in the next round, and yeah.
I hear that. So now I got to come this way. Lachlan is dependent on you guys. What was going on? Was the death run, did it catch you by surprise, or was it just certain tricky moments that kind of choked you up and had you hung up there?
Yeah, I was a bit of confused in the castle because I didn't know where to go. And then the impulse jump to the yeah, at the beginning it just messed me up a bit, and at the end I didn't know where to go. It's just a bit confusing.
And I have one more question here. So you guys have not seen the def run prior to this. Do you think that kind of held you back? And if you have another run at it, which you will, do you guys think that second time around you'll kind of have the strategies down packed? And I'm gonna come down here with this.
Yeah, I think that the first time around is always the hardest because, you know, you're kind of going into this environment, you don't know where to go, but the second time around, I think we'll be a little bit stronger and hopefully we get better time.
Absolutely, I bet it. So once again, this is the creative finals here. You guys, like I said, Lachlan pulled through with the puzzle def runs, but just showing the difference here. So we're gonna send it back up to you guys at the desk. And again, thank you.
You know, Lachlan, you are good at many things, but apparently you're showing the world you're not the great at impulses. But it's okay, you're gonna have another shot and showing them that the original thought we had is wrong, because I know you can do this. I know you can. We had a chance to talk earlier, and you're like, bro, I'm the best. And I was like, I know that. Show everyone that. You just got to show them, Bala.
You know what else we're going to show them? We're going to show them the standings after that first game in this set right now. Who ended up where in terms of the prizing and where they are on their journey to the llama at the end of the set. So it's Raven's Revenge obviously in first. They earned themselves $55,000 and that much closer to the silver llama.
That's right, but don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have those silver llamas. That is going to be a massive determining factor in going forward. You know, if you're Raven's Revenge, you are absolutely looking to try and snag that silver llama if possible, because that's going to put you in contention, right? Then you have to set your eyes on the gold llama for the tiebreakers. But all in all, to be able to kind of come through and win that prize money for you and your team is massive. They have confidence, right? And again, I think the only other team that stands right in their way right now is Turtle. This guy is a maniac. He's showing us that he is. Let's see if that happens here in game number 2.
The Sunshine Soldiers fell short, but Turtle showed us all what he was made for. And I think we're getting ready to go into the match. As all the players are loading up right now, there's the Fish Fam, Scissors and company. They're all about...
Open, and now here we go. Husey is first out of the gate, immediately just flying. You can see this is completely different than before, right? Before, people were kind of taking their time. Hey, what's this? I can't see where this ledge, what's going here? Let's sit here and inspect everything. That's not the case now. Everyone is just flying through these obstacles.
Yeah, a couple of these guys have not gone down yet. Here's Magma making his way through with the Ravens Revenge. This was the team that came out on top and was the player that led them all the way up to those treacherous stairway that we saw at the end there. Almost getting up around the corners. And here it looks like we are almost to the castle for Turtle. And this is the player we were talking about so much, Zeke.
That's right, man. A legend in every way of the word. Stewart almost making the jump for the Sunshine Soldiers as well. Unfortunately not. So this is this trap, this obstacle, very precise jump. You actually have to impulse a very specific way, at a specific angle, at a specific distance away from you to make it all in one jump. You can also, I hope they're not listening, but you can turn around and actually impulse backwards, right? So you face away from the tires and impulse yourself backward while jumping. Again, even doing that though, very precise. You know, you have to make sure you're doing this in one go. Look, Hyozi's already here. He's already trying to collect the coins.
Already towards the half pipes in the castle. Wonder if he already triggered all the traps down below and grabbed that coin, or if he's leaving that for another teammate. Gonna grab that coin perfectly. Nice job by Hyozi. Now he's moving up even further. No, he's gonna go back to get those traps.
He made it. There you go, Suzu. Nice. All right, trigger the trap, take a step back, impulse forward.
He's already
too shallow. I mean, look.
Through the castle.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. So don't forget, the castle is open. So once you do make it to that halfway mark, you can just send someone forward, right? Like even if you're the first one and you're really confident, you could say, hey, Bala, I know you made it first. Just go up to the next round. I'm going to stay behind. I'm going to pick up the coins, right? So quite a bit of teamwork going into this. But look along the way, man. These jumps are crazy. Susan, what are you? Okay, what a legend. What a legend.
Showing everybody that he can hang. He's led on the team of Scissors with Fish Fam. We saw them not too far in the prizing. 18 points right now. They're leading the way. But no, it's actually Turtle again. already towards these varying distance impulse jumps. And is he going to first shot it? No, not exactly. But you know he's going to hit it on the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you know, this is kind of one of those things. The more that you do this, the easier it is the next time around, right? Once it's like you throw it here, you're like, nope, that's not correct. This might be it. Okay, closer, closer. I like it. Will he make it on the third jump? Don't forget though, we got the Funky Fighters at 20 coins. We've got Fish Fam at 20 coins. Sunshine Soldiers, they need to try and pick it up. Here we go. Nice, but get across. Nice.
Perfect play from ForTurtle. Now towards the lava jump and what you were dubbing as double danger. So you get a first shot. Does dodge the traps.
Okay.
This is from where he went last time. Gets the coin. He's going to double back.
First try.
Oh my goodness. He went through those. I would have gotten scared there, but no. ForTurtle knows exactly what he's doing. Gonna get all the coins in first try on the double danger, but doesn't make it through, so he has to still complete it. And Suzu and Sand, meanwhile, from Fish Fam, are taking the lead.
And that's what I kind of talked about, right? Trying to send 2 through. If you and your duo partner can make it through these jumps and get there, then you can start watching, right? Because like you as a player, you go.
Back to where they were, but it looks like Sand is also going to join as well, but no, he falls just before, yes, Tyler too. So the Fish Fam is coming through in big numbers at this last leap of faith.
And you know what could be huge here for Fish Fam? If they can make it through the leap of faith, they can actually get this coin. They're going to stop the timer, right? So less time that everyone else kind of has around to observe what's going on and try to get this practice in, the better you go. Nice. All right, jump in and out and around, out and around. Yes, use the wall. Okay. All right. Yeah, look around. Uh-huh. Yes. All right. Okay. All right, here we go.
Last jump. And he needs to hit the coin. This is going to be it. No, he didn't touch it. Just barely missed there. Finally hits the bouncer and he's gone. There it is. The first players to complete the world run in 5 minutes and 52 seconds. An unbelievable time compared to what we saw last time. But still, the remaining teams have to battle it out. Back to the Ravens' revenge. They're still on the double danger. And they are going to get through. He has to hit the door, though. Oh, he almost fell all the way back down. Here
we go.
Not finding the speed, not finding the bounce there.
Threading the needle. Oh. You hate to see it. Now don't They've made it here, and they're already kind of right back where they need to be. You've got the Sunshine Soldiers also going for the leap of faith. But look at how many coins they have, right? In theory, they should be at 29. This should be the last coin that they need to pick up. But someone hasn't picked up one. Now where? I'm not sure. But that could make or break their
Absolutely could. We know Sunshine Soldiers last game. ForTurtle has completed the match. You see him up there. He's just watching us down. But the Ravens' revenge seems to have completed just a little bit more. Everybody now, I think, going to be trying to attempt these last couple of jumps. And they must try to complete the match. But important to note is the Ravens Revenge in second place right now. They need one more coin as well. That puts them in a huge advantage for that Silver Llama when we go into the third game. What just happened there with Stewart? He just climbed to the top with the tires.
That's right, the secret tires. See the little things you discover as you're... Oh, it's okay, Stewart. Don't worry. Take a deep breath. Line it back up. You got this. 2 minutes left on the clock, Balla.
Taga all the way in the back. He's catching up with his team. He's going to hit that. Can he hit the last one? He lost a little bit of speed, but he does. So he's joining up. Maybe he can collect any coin that he missed. No, it's actually going to be Arthur up here. He's got to finish the leap of faith as well. So number of teams here.
Man, you got to think, if you're everyone else, you've already seen the Fish Fam stop that timer at 5:52, right? Just under 6 minutes. So you're thinking, we have to go. We have to be hitting these jumps, and that's just applying more pressure, right? Especially with a crowd here roaring as well. You know, there's all this pressure on the line. Nice jumps here. All right, keep looking around. Yeah, you see it right there. Bounce off the wall, out and around. Oh!
So difficult. So challenging. He's learning the reasons why right now. Continue to get more attempts. Meanwhile, the Funky Fighters have gotten their last coin up to the final one. Kuto being the player who gets there. He's on the leap of faith as well. So it's just head-to-head against these two. And this is very important for Funky Fighters. They need to stop Ravens Revenge. If anything else, getting second obviously important, but also because it's head-to-head against Ravens Revenge, this is such a meaningful final jump.
And, I mean, don't forget, they were the winners of that first round, so they already have points built up from that. If they can secure this last point, that could be massive heading into the standings. But again, we've just got about 50 seconds left here. You can just tell they're just trying to hit the jump with everything they can.
Okay, Kuto, a little bit further than we saw him last time. Gotta make the leap.
Yeah, this is the one you have to go out and right? There you go.
Now the bounce off the wall. So looking exactly, seeing if there's any more opportunities. He missed it. Okay, this could be clutch. This could be clutch here from Kuto. Just gets to the top here, and then he needs to pad. Yes, perfect. Just the coin now. He gets it!
There it is.
9 minutes and 23 seconds ahead of the Ravens Revenge. Still time on the clock, though, for the Ravens Revenge to collect that last one. And what's impressive, too, is that 2 players have completed 4 players up above, but now the rest of them 1 second remaining. It's still going to be the Fish Fam, 5 minutes and 52 seconds, who take that one. That second map of the world run is down and done.
Mad props to the Fish Fam. They did it almost under 5 minutes, right? They came out at that 5:25 mark, 5.5 minutes. Now, Funky were right behind them. A little longer, right? At that 9:23 mark, but still, they got all 30 coins. If we have to go to tiebreakers, these two teams have 1 more coin than everyone else up at that 29 mark. So that could very well make a tiebreaker. Have already completed it. Raven have gotten close. Does that mean we're gonna see another 5-minute timer? Could we see it even faster?
Good question. And what Ravens Revenge needs to figure out how to end the match, because if they don't, then they won't be able to get ahead. They won't be able to close out, especially as other teams go ahead. Fish Fam knows how to complete it. They've proven that they can complete it, and Funky Fighters as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for now, let's send it over to the stage where Pookie is standing by with the Fish Fam. And Pooks, real quick, ask them what their favorite fish stick is.
You know, can't always make it all about you, but I am down here with the Fish Fam. It is, dare I say, official. They're the first team to take a victory in the death run. I'm going to start here with Suzu. So you were the one that essentially clutched that victory for your team. How did that feel?
It felt great. Like, at first I choked the bouncer, and then I thought I choked the level as well. But then I figured it out, and I picked up the coin. I was like, wait, this is it? Let's go, baby.
It definitely looked like you were in a little bit of a precarious situation there for just a second. Was your team coaching and helping you that whole time?
Yeah, they kept track of the coins that we picked up. They kept motivating me, like, you got this, is easy, we got this, we got it in the pocket and stuff. So yeah, that felt great.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to come over to you, Scissors. We all know you are the veteran of death runs. You have been doing this from the very beginning. It must be an absolute honor to be here on the stage today competing, being able to help these guys out, pulling through to a victory. Are you going to continue the strategy going into the next game?
We've got the strategy on lock, and obviously it's awesome, you know, helping these guys, but they're helping me win. They're the real speedrunners.
Well, I mean, it is a team effort at the end of the day. All of you have picked up coins. Sand, I'm just going to go over here and talk to you really quickly. Now, I mean, this Creative Cup, what does this mean to you as, you know, a creative champion?
I mean, I'm not a champion yet, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe one day. Well, thank you guys so much for staying here, hanging out with me. Best of luck in the next run. Zeke, back to you guys.
Look at that, the Fish fam ready to go back in. They're already getting their heads back in the game. Also, great pun, Pookie. Also, I'm upset with you that you think this is all about me. What is wrong with you? All right, though, anyway, what kind of takeaways do you think these players can make heading into the next game?
Well, the takeaway that I take out from that is that they were all supportive. They interviewed, they said they were supporting each other, keeping track of the coins, and pushing their Suzu ahead, making sure that they're encouraging him. But for everybody else, I think the takeaway is, how do we beat that leap of faith?
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody's gotten stuck on. They've wasted a little bit of time at the double danger, but the leap of faith is really where everybody needs to close out, especially the Ravens' Revenge, if they want to get that silver llama.
Well, we'll have to see how things unfold for them. Very quickly, though, let's take a little break here. Let's send it down to Cam for his insight. Sundown, what you got?
Zeke and Bala, and we're going to take a look at some of the kind of strategy that goes into it. But first, all of these competitors who are here, who are competing in this world run, have had an opportunity to get there. It's been incredibly stressful. There's a certain amount of kind of mental edge you need to get through it. So let's kind of take a look in and how these competitors prepare for what was a world premiere and first appearance ever. Let's take a listen in and how these guys are talking and getting ready for the match.
Oh, they only have one llama.
Just absolutely amazing there. You can tell Ninja and then the trendsetter right there throwing the peelies in the air, but also big shout out to whoever that was on the Llama Record Co. I saw you there hitting the llama bell. I got you. But now let's get into some of what happened during the World Run, some of the kind of cooler straightaways and, you know, some of the tough challenges that you face. So first, right away, here's a run coming out from Chappie of the Ravens' Revenge, and this was one of the first obstacles you hit. So you can see he's on pace with everyone else, but what makes this so great is how efficiently he transfers this over into the castle jump. Is barely able to delay. This is one of the toughest first things to get when you reach it. This is his first time ever seeing this jump. No problem. Hats off to you there. And then what does he do right away? Gets into the trap trigger and he's able to get them. Notice how as soon as he goes, he is quick flicking his camera back the other direction and gets all of those so consistently able to get it. Now, we saw a smashing success on their first attempt. Unfortunately, the Cuddle Crew had a little bit of a harder time when it came to that castle jump. It's okay, this could have been my replay and I wouldn't have been lying. So many of these, they're so incredibly difficult because you think, oh, I want to maximize my height up, but you have to get it out with the correct trajectory. Now you can see Ninja able to get through the speed part of the run and then over the top. This is towards the back half, and look how well he's able to then trigger those traps and get through. But the Fish fam were the ones who were able to make that incredible run on the back of Suzu. Now this was from his first run when the the Ravens Revenge were able to get it. And if you look at the timer, next time he faced this, he about finished the course. So an incredible job from him to make sure he is pushing the limit with what they're able to do. And you can also see the level of communications. He knew he messed up right away, and then he immediately communicates to his team. It's like, hey, you got to run and then go up. Now you're in kind of that double trouble area trying to get the triggers, and this is where they got held up for a significant amount of time. A lot of the competitors not being able to bait the chaps correctly, and now we're over with the Ravens Revenge, who were able to power through this. Again, this was from every single space available to him, including the rock, including the jump off the side with the airstrike to then get up to that leap of faith, which is such an incredibly hard challenge. And only having 2 teams full completed it after the 2 runs, when all of these players are such strong death runners. You can see the Fish Fam. Look at the timer on the clock, 5.5 minutes, and he's so quick going through it, and he's precise. He lines it up, he takes a step, and he goes. My question is now, between Suzu and Zen, they were so incredibly good last game. Can they beat that time? Can they keep pressing the pace, and will they be able to do it better? Because when you get up here, you have to do everything right, find the lineup, not miss a single one of your drops, and then get the final coin. Was able to then double back and grab it there off the launch pad for that 5:52 time in the #1 spot in match #2. This is now the second time we've seen the world run, and we asked the question before, what happens in run #3? Can the Ravens Revenge get over that last obstacle of the leap of faith, or will everyone else start pressing up higher and higher and being able to challenge him? Match 3 is about to be underway. We're going to throw it back inside to Zeke and Bala. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sundown, that insight. I mean, he's asking the tough questions. What happens in match #3 of this set? You know, again, Fish Fam, you saw, I kind of touched on a little bit earlier, you want to have as many people up on that leap of faith as possible so they can just sit there and rotate around. But before we hop into this next match, Bala, I think we probably want to take a look at the standings. We want to see how things are going for all of these players together. And of course, you want to take a look behind us. We've got Fish Fam up there in first place from that last match. Walking away with a nice chunk of change. Ravens Revenge they're in second, Funky in third. Don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have Silver Llamas, and that's going to play a big factor later on.
Everybody needs to make sure that Funky Fighters do not get that last Silver Llama, because then they are out of contention if they don't have a Silver Llama. Because Chicken Champions don't really mind, because they have another place to play. They are kind of out of contention for this Silver Llama.
Precision impulse jump. You can move forward, you can look away. First jump, unfortunately too shallow there on both sides. And both from the Fish Fam will be going down there. I saw there on the left, there is actually a team that is made it across. You got Ravens Revenge, who is in the castle. And I believe it was actually the Llama Record Company that are also at the castle right now. Fish Fam, the Cuddle Crew, Ravens Revenge, Sunshine, and the Funky Fighters. And now the Llama Record Company all have 11 points.
Castle run, how fast they can get through there as a team, also very important, as most players are now getting through this first difficult impulse jump. Looking for anybody rising up, looking for anybody completing this track obstacle course inside the castle. If they can collect those coins fast, the players who get fastest through the castle and really collect all those coins are, in my opinion, the people who are leading the pack.
Yeah, I almost think, like, should you just, like, as a squad, grab, like, send one person from each thing and just, like, very quickly grab all 4, and then as a squad go up, right, so that you have more chances going through every single challenge.
Obviously, it depends on how many do that one. At that moment, but a lot of teams starting to catch up right now, so, you know, starting to lose the pace that they had in the first game.
Ooh, don't slide off, don't slide off. Unfortunately, he slid off. Now look, Sunshine Soldiers, they're already at the 20.
Way through. If he can do this, he is clinching himself that silver llama.
Stewart, okay. Yeah, these momentum jumps, very difficult, or neo jumps as they're also called. You gotta be really precise, really, I mean, you have to be very calculated with every single one. You got Chappie over here, you've got Stewart across the way as well. Look, you can see Suzu there too. I mean, there's so many people here that are already at the legal phase. And look at the rest of the teams, right? Even the Funky Fighters, Little Whip, and Llama Record Company, they're at 26 points. They're closing in.
Soldiers adding their name to the hat of people who are trying to leap of faith. Stewart, not quite making it through yet. Magma right now feeling a bit of frustration. He feels the pressure. He knows he has to try to make this, try to get this last coin ahead of anybody else. Clytax has joined the fray as well from Cuddles 2.
So you can see too that Clytax is, while Stewart is using his camera, while you jump forward, you whip your camera in the direction you want to start moving. Clytax is doing the opposite. He's actually just using the momentum from his to get him where he needs to go, not even touching his camera at all. Two different ways to approach it. They're both about the same. It just depends on which one you go with. Magma here. A good spot. Great ricochet there.
Nice. Almost. Tires.
Going for it.
Yes.
He's going for it. Could he be the first one? No, Sunshine Soldiers have actually already done it with a 623. And Raven's Revenge there with the 636. So Sunshine Soldiers sneakily got it, but still a great time from them. Don't forget the first round, they were the only ones at 29 points.
What a close race, though. All 4 teams who were up there on the Leap of Faith have now completed it. The Cuddle Crew still need one more coin to actually finish the entire thing. Vlytak's feeling a little bit of pressure. He needs to start supporting his teammates. And then the Llama Record Company sitting at 27 right now. I think this is one of the first times we've seen them towards this double jeopardy, towards closer and closer, edging their way at the Leap of Faith. The Cuddle Crew have completed, meanwhile, just past 7 minutes. So the standings right now are shaking up with all of these teams being so close together. Can't wait to see where it is. Still, every single place here matters. Chicken Champions, Funky Fighters, Little Whip Warriors, and the Llama Record Company all at 27. Who is going to come out on top in this 4-way race?
And don't forget, this really does make a difference, right? They're all competing for prize money, so being able to come out ahead of another team, that's going to set them of that pot. They have to be very careful, right? They have the 2 minutes left, but man, to see 4 of them already, it's like, you know, we saw that first game, it was like, oh man, Raven's Revenge, you only won at 29 points, everyone else is not even close. Second game, the story is Fish Fam and Funky Fighters. Now, how close it's 2 seconds difference.
All that huge amount when you look at the standings at the end of the match. But meanwhile, nobody yet up to that Leap of Faith. Oh, actually, Kuto. We saw him finish the game last time. Could mean that they are in contention for that first place here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, so Raven had plenty of 29s, right? They came in second, I think, just about every game except that last one. You got Fish Fam. They had the fastest time of 5:25. In that last game, we saw Sunshine Soldiers, though. They had a 6:23. So it depends where they place in those other matches, right? What does that mean for all these standings? Don't worry, we're that was so super fun. sinks it.
Sinks it first. Absolutely crazy. The tension at the end when everybody realized that they needed to make that last jump was just awesome to feel. The crowd was feeling it too when you made it towards that last one. When they finally made it through that last tire, or making their bounce all the way through, just like flying through the sky for that last coin. Felt good. It's got to feel good for these guys.
Yeah, and I think too, being able to just like key in on different players, right? It wasn't like it was Turtle. We saw in that first run was dumpstering everybody else. Then it was like next game there was different people that were really showing up. Even that last game, right? Scissors, the straight back-to-back just crushed 3 or 4 obstacles in a row. It was insane. But for now, let's go ahead and send it over onto the deck with Pookie Face. She's standing by with the Sunshine Soldiers. So Pooks, what you got?
Hello, Zeke. I am down here with the Sunshine Soldiers. They're the most adorable team, in my opinion. They are coming from all corners of the globe. They've come here to compete today. Now, so far, you guys have, there's been a couple of struggles.
Basically, it's anybody's game, right? That just means anybody can take this because everybody really was pushing the pace. Everybody was making sure that they were in towards the top. It was basically shaken up from top to bottom, except maybe the top 3, right?
Yeah.
Raven's Revenge, Funky Fighters, Fishman, all these guys completed their runs and placed highly in the other ones. So I think that they have a good opportunity here, but still, anybody's game, just like you said.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, we have to look at things like Raven's Revenge, right? They had fast, they were 29th in their first game at 29 coins coming in first. They had a second place as well, and then they managed to get the trophy. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these relays that we kind of watch over the course of the games. This one specifically is coming out of the Sunshine Soldiers. They did, in fact, win this last match here. But again, look at the precision again. The leap of faith, you know, it's crazy because, like, in just looking at it, you're like, that doesn't seem so bad. So, like, it's insane just the precision jumps you can make.
To maneuver yourself through that. He actually made that in one hop. Everybody else was stopping before that. He went all the way to the tire and jumped over. The reactions there in the background from that team. Absolutely incredible performance to come out on top in that one. Just perfect execution on that last one.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when these precision jumps, these tight jumps like the ones around the wall that you can't even see. You just have to know in your head, been able to do it. He's like, okay, I know the jump that I need to make every single time. But ladies and gentlemen, get back in. They're not even ready to celebrate. They are the winners. They're on the worldwide rankings. Fish Stick is walking out with the silver llama, ready to present his team. They're in third, and then the list goes on again. Keep an eye on those silver llamas. These are the guys that are potentially in the prize pool. Now, if you're one of these teams with the silver llamas, you need to secure the gold llama, because that is going to come. That's going to be the ultimate tiebreaker. If your team has that gold llama, you walk away with the win, especially because it's kind of divvied up amongst other teams.
Yeah, the golden llama being that ultimate tiebreaker. So the next team to claim it, the first team to claim it, as we see the Fish fam with their silver llama. The first team, the only team to claim the golden llama is going to walk away as the champions here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you kind of teased it a little bit. What are these remixes things that we're kind of talking about, you know? That games. Don't even worry. We got you guys covered. We're going to break it all down for you. So, remixes. We're basically going to go back through and play a match of every single match type.
Yep.
There's going to be something different about them. So starting with Sky Station Showdown, the remix for that is that all players can earn points, not just your sword bearer. That is going to be playing a big factor. We've also upped the of 1,000 points needed up to 3,000. Follow, we've also got Junkyard Juke. Do you want to talk about that one?
Absolutely. In Junkyard Juke, we're going to be playing again, but you can only use large props. So it might look a little bit silly, but what it means is that it's going to be all the more difficult to score. But at the same time, each large prop is worth 10, so we're not going to see those, you know, small increments between each other. So leads can get large, or they can just stay very small because it's so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, we're going to hit the world run one more time. But the remix is that players do not respawn. That's right. They're going to have one life.
Brutal. That is so hard. We saw how many people struggled, even, you know, to get past that first torch, that first, you know, couple obstacles. So difficult. If they have one life, it's going to be so difficult. But we are going to be hopping into the first game of the Golden Games. It's Sky Station Showdown with a remix that everybody can earn points. Here we go.
Go ahead and count us in here. If you're hanging out at the stadium, we've got 3, 2, 1. And the remix of Sky Station Showdown is underway. 15 minutes counting down. So don't forget, we have a new total cap. That is 3,000. And the remix is that anyone for your team can accrue points. This also stacks, by the way. So if you and your squad are sitting on a point, you're getting 3 points per person per second. So what does that mean? Will that mean players try to push points and lock them down? What will that mean for that center point at 7 minutes that opens up? We'll have to see as the game goes on, man.
So we'll have to recall all the different strategies that these teams have, because a lot of players took it very slow. The Fish Fam tried to contain the 1 point. Same thing with the Little Whip Warriors. Same thing with also the Cuddle Crew. But they also had the Llama Record Company all trying to buy and really push for that center point when it opened up. Right now, the initial control point fights are going down. Raven's Revenge has got one. Sunshine Soldiers have gotten one. And the Funky Fighters as well, but not before getting contested. Here's Hall, the second wave.
Blood going in, going to start swinging the sword. Can he chop them up? Danyan instead says, not today, friends. You have all been eliminated. He's going to shut down one there as well. Bensor going to be shut down. And you got the Llama Record Company like, hey, what's going on up here? Nope, Danyan is prepared. She saw you coming. She heard the DJ scratches. Back to Aidan.
Remember, it does who is on the point, and also it stacks. So all 4 players are able to grab and stay inside the point. So you'll see at sometimes 12 points at a time going through for a team if all 4 members of their squad are on the point.
Right, Ninja racking up eliminations and will be picked up there. The team's VIP being eliminated. So this is going to drastically change the way you approach these things, right? For example, if you decide to go in and assault another team, especially if you get that surprise angle and you eliminate all of them, you by yourself can actually any amount of time start racking up points. Trying to break up into groups. There's so many different things, so many different variables to mind as we move through this.
Already some innovation here from the Record Company and a couple of other teams. They're hiding there. A couple people inside of cones so that they want to contest, but I think in this mode it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time. Nobody hiding at all. And we'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They would have somebody go off and try to clear a point or at least take out their sword bearer. And if they do that this time and they manage to clear out a point, they're now going to be accruing on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference. Like let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They are sitting on 564 points, double of Little Whip Warriors, but they're still racking up the points right now. Ninja going to go ahead and slap Chappie back to the island. Gotaga here wants a cut of the action. It's not enough, but look, Magma also jumps into the fray. Ninja needs to get out of there or he's going to be eliminated. Use the walls. I like this, but you do not have the HP to try and make this work. A 25. He drops Magma down based on that little jump, and look at this. Magma's like, no, friend.
Kaz comes in the back. Oh. But at the same time, another player comes through and Ninja goes down. And Raven's Revenge are holding on all the corners. I don't see them controlling any one single point. Into the Cuddle Crew now in second place. They're in a battle with the Funky Fighters. This is important for everybody. The Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the Fish Fam may have overrun. Their school of Fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no, Swuzu gets taken out too. The Cuddle Crew is going to abandon the point and maybe come right back. Swuzu finally does control.
A brief moment, but not too long later, Tamoya says, hello, I would like the red point, please. And now we've got the Fish Fam over here. Swuzu's buying stuff. He's got a bunch of eliminations. The ball of the Cuddle Crew is coming up. They're trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately, he does fall as well.
That was terrifying. They all came over the ramp at the same time. If you're just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000. So if you're wondering, the Raven Revenge, they still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the Llama Record Company. They're down at 300-ish points. They're going to claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment, until that D point, the last point that opens up in the center, and they make a concerted push. I think that may be very, very strong, because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam, or as the Little Whip Warriors trying to make a push here, they're gonna get shut down. The first couple of games, they just controlled it. Every single person was on that D point at the same time. They built their entire base out at the perfect moment. They were waiting for the time to pounce on that last point. Still 2 minutes until that starts to spawn.
Oh, he's gonna launch the Little Whip Warrior. He is in fact gonna shut down Taco. And look at this across the way. Magma gets picked off, and the Little Whip Warriors are back on the green point. Dude, I'm very curious to see what happens when that middle point opens up, because don't forget, it's 12 points per player of your squad on that point if you're unprotected. So you could very well see an entire squad say, the moment that's ready, jump down. We're just going to try and get a massive influx of like 48 points.
Could happen every single second down there. It's going to net you that, so has to put to an end immediately. It seems that this point right here keeps getting under contention by like multiple teams. The Fish Fam, Funky Fighters, of course the Color Crew who get cleaned out. So they're not earning anything really from all fighting at the same time. One team ends up on top, but then it all happens again. So maybe some timing issues here in terms of synchronizing the push from this point specifically.
Yeah, I mean, this gets way more hectic when anyone can score points, right? And the Fish Fam have been doing a great job sticking together, going in as pairs, duos, if you will, and trying to shut everyone down, but that's only getting so far.
It kind of breaks down, too, when everybody can score, because there's so much that more important. If you're by yourself and stay on the point, in the previous iterations, if you're by yourself, you get off the point, because you can't even score.
But now, around, look at the slaps coming out. Lachlan does take out Scissors, but does fall as well. Halfway through what we need to win. Let them all fight it out. Don't make any sudden moves, right? Don't be the distraction to have someone go, oh wait, there is a point up there. That's the we need to go get those guys.
I love what they did just there. They forced the one player there, but hold on, the Funky Fighters are all in. They have a base. There's no impulse. They are climbing the leaderboard hard. Right now, they're going to overtake second. If this does not get shut down soon, the Ravens' revenge may have trouble looming.
And look at this, Llama Record Company, Hand of Blood, is trying his hand and slaying these players, but it does not go his way as Tamoya comes in. No Llama Record Company, they stay strong, they're still racking up the points. Scissors says, no, friends, this is not allowed, you cannot continue to do this. Clytex also wants in on this as well, and Scissors beats at a timely end.
Not stop climbing points. If they have 3-4 members up here, it's about even to one player onto that D point. So just continuing to stay there. Finally, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, and crew are going to clean that up and put an end to it. Just 1,000. But on the other side, Chicken Champions are looming. They have 4 players on a single point. That's the point in the center.
What the hell?
What's going on with them? They're all lurking. I don't think anybody really is too worried about them, but you know, with all 4 players here, it could all of a sudden become a nuisance.
Back down on that center point, you've got Hand of Blood trying his hand again. Did not go his way. Kotu is here though for the Funky Fighters. He was able to rack up a small amount of points, but still every little point you can gather is going to make a difference going in the end. And look, Otaga and Raven are back in one. Let's go to the Funky Fighters.
That's not me.
At the moment, chaos is down on the center point right now, Bala.
I'm over here now.
What is this? Literally every single sword bearer and almost every single player here from the Llama Record Company is using those tactical shotguns and getting in. But again, the Ravens Revenge are on point with 4 players, just shooting down, throwing impulses where they can, and just making sure they're accruing all those points. Meanwhile, the D point, nobody has gotten anywhere since the Funky Fighters were left there for so long. It all depends how this all unfolds. Hold on, they're trying to get a base. I think they might finally break through. No, they lose and trade off evenly every single time.
4 minutes left on that timer in Bala. These guys have been uncontested. It's just now that the Little Whip Warriors want to try and make the push. But look at Otaga. He's literally just slicing all green cones. I was going to try to say it. But this is ice cream. It doesn't quite work that way.
It's crazy how nobody except the Little Whip Warriors are trying to contest the Ravens Revenge right now. They are sitting on the point by themselves with 4. But again, the Funky Fighters in the center with 4 players. They are not even making any noise. They're not showing that there's anybody there. They are rising so fast. Finally, Form Turtle comes in. He spots them out, but that's not going to be enough. They shut him down immediately. They're still on the point.
They need to just box this up. They need to bunker down. Look at this. They just overtook the first spot. Someone needs to do something about this. Guys,
Oh, I took the look. Oh!
Oh my God! Funky Fighters again take the win here on Sky Station Showdown, the first match of the Golden Games, and that is a huge victory leading into the rest of these.
Just unbelievable. For so long, Gotaga and Raven's Revenge sat on the green point completely uncontested. And then for a moment, everyone forgets about the center point, and that's enough for all 4 members of the Funky Fighters to sit on the point and just rise above everyone else. And by the time everyone could kind of figure out what was going on, it was too late. They stole away the first golden game.
Ridiculous. And nobody was able to... Okay, guys, they're all on the plane. Everybody start doing everything you can to stop them because he saw all 4 members. They went from less than 1,000 once the D point was out, so all the way up to win. And it was 400 points between them and the Ravens Revenge at the end there. Right. But you do have to also think about who else came very close in second. Ravens Revenge, who's in third. We'll be able to find out in a bit. The standings, it's an unbelievable performance there from the Funky Fighters to realize exactly what must be done. That was the second time they completely boxed up that entire D point.
Yeah, completely uncontested, but that's it for the first of 3 golden games. And for the Funky Fighters, they secure that win. But for now, let's send it back over to Pookie. She's standing by with the winners. Pookie, down to you.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am down here with the Funky Fighters. Another victory. I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day, but how did you find that remix game? Because those rules were a little bit different than what you were used to. So what was your strategy going into that one, Huzi?
I mean, everything was so unexpected. We were last and we came first because we got the middle. The point system, because every player gets points. So we win. It's very exciting.
So exciting indeed. Raven's Revenge was in first place for most of that match. You guys come up from behind, which you absolutely did. I just want to talk a little bit about how there are 3 teams tied right now for first place, and the winners of this set will be taking home that additional $1 million prizing. So I don't know what is your strategy going into? The same? Are you going to change things up? Are you going to go for the middle again?
Probably. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on doing what we're doing, and as long as this works, we're just gonna keep it up.
For sure. Sounds like a great strategy. Finally, over here to you. When you heard that there was a remix kind of blind side come in, what was your first reaction to hearing that?
Yellow. Go to yellow, check out on the win.
Just win. I love it. It's so easy. It's such a great concept. You know, we talk about it all day, all of these things we break down, but at the end of the day, you just got to win. Back to you guys at the desk.
Pookie with the most insightful knowledge you'll ever need in your entire life. It doesn't matter if you can just win.
Just win.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong.
You're winning.
I'm trying.
We're
doing
all
the
winning
best
here. World Cup.
We all are, in fact. But so are these players that have taken the stage. Now, don't forget, those llamas are going to be playing a big factor in how the final $1 million prize pool is divvied out. And Pookie touched on it perfectly, actually. Right now, there's a three-way tie.
Yep.
All right, and that's something we need to do. Standing, just to give you the refresher. So, Funky Fighters, Fishman, all that. Now, don't forget, every single match they play, they're also walking away with the prize pool that they're splitting 4 ways. That part's awesome. But man, that extra $1 million prize pool at the end will be huge. So either the Funky Fighters, Fishman, and Chicken need to win that golden llama, one against the win, or if you're on the outside looking in, you just want that gold llama. Because if you win that llama, that means you and your team actually win that pot.
Yep. You win the $1 million final prize for the Creative World Cup. So all is on the line right now. Those prizings as they shake up into the next sets are going to be so crucial to keep an eye out. The Funky Fighters taking a good first lead, but it's not enough. We've seen it time and time again in these first matches of the set. If people who win the first game don't end up coming through all the way at the end. So they have to have a consistently good performance into the next game, which is the Junkyard Juke, and then into the next game too, which is the World Run.
That's right.
They're all golden. All the golden games of the remix.
All the golden games. Not the golden boys, just the golden games. Now, don't forget, if you're watching it, maybe this is your first time tuning in, don't forget you can watch also at Fortnite.com/watch. If you're watching in-game, you can do that as well. If you go to Fortnite.com/watch, you can actually kind of hone in on a specific team. You can say, like, you know what? I'm all about the Fish fam. I'm just going to watch their perspective. You can do that. Head on over to Fortnite.com/watch. Take a look. Here are a breakdown of your feeds right there on screen.
It's an incredible new feature. I love to use that. Checked it out on my phone earlier. And just unbelievable, seriously. To see all the different POVs, to see the first and second place POVs, and then also to be able to pick who you want to watch. You can watch Lachlan in feed 8. You can watch Gotaga in feed 4. So just an awesome feature. Go check it out. Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Now don't forget, guys, you're 1/3 of the way through the Golden Games. First one, Sky Station Showdown, is in the books, and the Funky Fighters were in fact the winner. Now we move on to the second game, and that is the Prop Hunt, aka Junkyard Juke. And don't forget, the remix, 10-point props.
Only the large ones. You can't go with the, little crowbar. You can't go with the wood planks. You can't go with any of that. And there is one of the prizes for the teams that won before. We've got 10 seconds until the game launches, Zeke. It's the second game of our Golden Games here, guys. It's time.
2, 1, the game begins. Now, just a refresher, it can only be 10-point props. So let's break down what these 10-point props are. You got a snowman. By the way, there's no snow anywhere else on the map. You've got a Christmas tree with the gold bomb on top. Nope, that sticks out like a sore thumb. A giant gnome? Well, I mean, it kind of blends in depending on where you stand. If you hide something that's behind something that's blue, you can make the hide. A giant teddy bear. You've got the target. You've got the rusted out car. I mean, you've also got the giant dumpster. So, as you kind of scan your eyes across the map, you can see things like the dumpster, the rusted out car, the target. These are things that could be... Whoa. All right, Kaz. All right, this guy is, guys, got the eyes of a hawk. But these props are going to be, they're going to stick out like sore thumbs, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep. And a little, ooh, Kaz, awesome. You see his reaction?
Yeah, even Kaz is like, ooh.
He's like, wait, Scissors was there. He is finding everybody right now. Good vision. And it is interesting. You got to make sure you know who the guards are at the beginning of this. It's the Little Whip Warriors on the bottom level. They're clearing out the house right now. They're making sure nobody is approaching. Only 4 teams have scored right now.
Trying to find people. That there was definitely someone back there that was not supposed to be back there, I don't think. But in playing this, the best way to kind of do it is every time those blinds come up, you want to instant reload right then on the spot. Yes, you can try to make blind fires. unless you're certain, you're like, no, I know where my cross is. Back the player, take the shot, absolutely. Or those points go up to the shot as possible before that next shade comes back up, right?
Raven's Revenge being the other guards, but nice shot there from Taldeck. Yeah, you mentioned when the blinds, I've been calling it the black, when the black comes up, take the time to reload and make sure you're taking the time like Taldeck to stop and try to remember exactly what you saw. Don't move your POV, don't move your camera at all as you try to recognize exactly what changed. You've got to use the uptime of your vision to take as many shots as possible to clear out what you think is possibly a prop. That player came down from below because he hit one of those springboards. Ayuzi board sand as well. They're all going with the targets. Ayuzi gets in just barely because Taldeck missed his shot.
This is really good for the Funky Fighters. They've taken themselves a nice early lead. It's only 20 points, nothing substantial yet, but if they can do this every single round, again, another big prop going in. They're at 50 ahead of the pack. Behind them, Fish Fam, Cover Crew, and the Chicken Champions. And look, time is done. So that's it. So don't forget, Raven's Revenge, they have already scored. All they have to do is try and rack up points going forward. The round is going forward. Yes, you've got the Chicken Champions and the Funky Fighters. So now they can try to lock out other players from scoring. And it depends on how well they do, right? Because again, these are big 10-point props. There's a lot of them as well. You know, the props outnumber you pretty substantially.
If you recall the first game where the Ravens Revenge were actually in second to the Funky Fighters. So like you said, being able to take your time and make sure that you know exactly what you need to do kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage, but the Funky Fighters really did come out to a huge lead in the first, scoring 5 points, or 5 total. See if they can hold it down right now and keep the lead as it is. The Chicken Champions at 20 or not. But we'll see if the Fish Fam, Cover Crew, and everybody else can approach the Funky Fighters right now. They're trying to stop that from happening.
Well, Scissors did just drop in with that 10-point prop, who's closing that gap. If they can get another 10-point prop in, they're going to be tied with the Funky Fighters, but they actually have to make it there to the center to make it into the incinerator. That is going to be make or break. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. And, you know, my first instinct for this would be, you know what, I just got to go. I just got to try and run as much as I can. It's actually counterintuitive. Right now, you want to just be taking baby steps, right?